Okay. All right. Hope you guys didn't hear that. Nah. Yeah. All right. So, Collins, Ethan, welcome, guys. El Chavo, welcome. Yeah, that's right. No break, no break. Like I said, I would. Like I said, I did think. First things first, guys. How's the audio? Is everything synced up? Does everything sound good? Please let me know down below. Um, no, I really did. I really did contemplate, taking a break from UnOrdinary and everything. Um, Ultimately, I just decided, um, audio's fine. Thanks, Ethan. I really did think of taking a break. I I was really close to actually just taking a break for an undescribed amount of time. But I'm here today. So as you guys can probably guess, then a break's not happening. Like I said last week, um, if I didn't take a break this week, there wouldn't be an indefinite break from UnOrdinary. I will continue to react as normal. Uh, a break from UnOrdinary? Who decided that? But unless today's chapter just really pisses me off, break's not gonna be happening. That being said, I'm still kind of pissed about last week's chapter. Not gonna lie, or episode. I'm still going to review last week's episode 264, um, but it's just gonna take a little bit longer. I wanna try and get that out to you guys before this week is over. This weekend is going to be a little bit complicated for me, but I should still be able to record something for you guys and get that out. And then also today's episode's review and discussion too for episode 265. So, quick recap of last week. Quick recap of last week. Yeah, Terrence injected John with the needle. Oh, also welcome to Miriam, Solo, and Isaiah. Welcome, guys. Just remembered I didn't say hi to you guys. So yeah, Terrence injected John, and then afterwards, like almost immediately after he injected John, John got some hits off on him, but Blake and Ison realized that the Spectre members were starting to back off of them. That they seemed almost scared, and Ison realized, oh my god, my range is back. I think the dampener is wearing off now, and they fucked up the Spectre people. So after that, Sarah showed up, and she basically said she looked at the situation. She saw two syringes, one for Blake, one for Ison. Then she asked everyone where John was. So then she went off to look for John. Meanwhile, Terrence, still invisible, was thought he lost track of John and everything. But our boy's a beast, and he had finally activated Ison's ability. He copied it right before he left, and he chased after Terrence, locking onto him also. And yeah, he started to chase Terrence, slowly starting to pass out, but managed to get some shots on and pin him down, and started wailing on him a little bit before falling unconscious. Almost fell to the floor before Sarah showed up to grab him, and John just kind of passed out after reassuring that no one else in the safe house had gotten hurt. He only he said to himself he was the only one who got disabled. That sucks, but glad everyone's safe. So he passes out. Terrence gave his fucking stupid villain monologue bullshit. High cheers are corrupt, blah, 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 blah. Sarah was never a member of Spectre. They didn't care about her. They had planned for John the entire time, blah, blah, blah. And then Sarah did the coolest thing ever and just fucking disabled him. So, that was fucking dope. That was dope. That was cool. I can't lie. And she said that she was going to burn Spectre to the ground. Chapter ended off with John waking up in the hospital. I think it was Wellston Hospital. I could be wrong. But he woke up in Wellston Hospital, had a bouquet of flowers from the safe house. But he got up a little bit. His arm was still kind of sore and everything. And he saw that Sarah was sleeping, lying on his bed next to her. Like, kind of like leaned on his bed next to him. But she was still asleep and John had just kind of woken up. So that's the recap for last week. And, yeah. So, that's the recap of last week. So, let's go ahead and jump into episode 265. So, welcome, Remy Static. Welcome. Also, welcome to Isaiah. I don't think I said hi to you yet, buddy. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So, yeah, Wellston Hospital. And Blake's in the hospital, too. Like, ugh, this sucks. I don't get why they don't just discharge me. I'm all good now. And he's kind of, like, stretching and everything. And Blake's right next to him. Or Ison just kind of next to him. And he's just kind of like, Plus, it's so boring here. And then Ison just, okay, we get it. You have awesome healing powers. Quit rubbing it in. And Remy just, how long till they let you out? Ison just, probably another day or two. I had a pretty bad injury on my side. Man, this hospital's tonics work so slow. Doc's potions were way better. Wish we still had him. Even though he was scary as fuck. And Arlo, with his talents, I'm not surprised he left. He's probably found a way better gig. One where he doesn't have to babysit children all the time. I honestly do wonder how Doc's gonna react. And then Blake and Ison are just kind of like looking at them. Ison just ... Why do I feel so attacked? And that's true. The first time we saw Blake and Ison, the second time we had seen Blake and Ison was because Doc was dragging them off for fighting in the middle of class. And then Blake just, by the way, and he's just stretching out. By the way, have you guys had a chance to check in on John? He got hit the worst out of all of us. The shot of Remy's really cute, and I don't know why. Her face is really adorable. Actually, we were planning on heading over right after this. UnOrdinary episode 265. And again, middle of the chapter. Again, where the chapter should have ended, or should have started last week, the cliffhanger is after the introduction. I don't know why Guru's doing this now. So, safe house flowers, what the hell happened? See Sarah sleeping there. And John just kind of like gives a small smile and just ... And Sarah just opens her eyes like, John, you're awake. And he just... And Sarah's just, there's a trash bin by the there's a trash bin beside the bed. She just goes, bleh. This is interesting because that was the first thing Sarah did as well, I believe. Wait. I faintly remember Sarah almost wanting to throw up when she woke up the first time. Let me check that. Let me check that real quick. Yep, that is what she did. Yep. So, vomiting. That's a side effect of the disabler. Well, that's awfully rude. Throwing up the first thing after seeing me. And John just, sorry, Sarah. I can't help. Sarah's, ouch. And John just, damn, how long have I been out for? And Sarah's, almost a day now. John just, ... I see. So same as what happened to you. And he's thinking back on it. Or he's thinking back on getting disabled. John, have you tried activating yet? See if you can feel anything? And he sits back up. ... And he's blank. Just ... Nothing. My channels are completely closed off. She's ... John, I'm fine. This is probably for the... I'm already pissed. I'm already pissed, guys. Oh boy, we're really getting another cripple arc. Let's continue. Now I don't have to worry about losing control of myself anymore. I don't know about this next one, sir. But John, you've hardly lost control. You've been doing fine since you got back. He's lost control a few times. The reason he lost his ability is because he did lose control. He stopped thinking for a second. And John just ... Did you forget what happened with those Rowden Royals? If Arlo hadn't stopped me, who knows how long I would have been gone, who knows how long I would have gone for. But you stopped, didn't you? And John just... And what about in the mountains, when you protected the safe house with Blyke and Ison? You were in control and you used your ability for a purpose. Give yourself some credit. John just ... That's right. I was thinking straight. And I did something meaningful. Clenches his fist. Well, doesn't matter anymore. My ability's gone now. And Sarah's just ... Not if I say anything about... She thinks this. Not if I say anything about it. So knock at the door. Sarah just come in. And Remy and Arlo walk in. Hello. And Arlo just points at John. ... He just like, nice outfit. This probably is pretty refreshing for Arlo to see John in this position for once. And John just ... Yeah? Well, you look like shit. Is that how you normally greet people? Shut up, you started it. And Sarah just ... And Remy just, well, we were just stopping by to check up on you. It's good to see you're finally up. Remy looks so weird today, and I don't know why. She looks really weird in this chapter. You wouldn't respond no matter how we tried to wake you up. Everyone was really worried. I was worried. What happened after Terrence knocked me out? Once we took control of the situation, we led everyone down the mountain and contacted authorities as soon as we could. So, Roland's holding Evie, Dylan's by himself, Remy's helping a student, grade out's helping another grade out, Blyke's helping Ison, and Arlo's carrying John. They dispatched several officers and came up to meet us. Fortunately, Spectre worked quickly, so many of the attackers were gone by the time they arrived. But at the very least, they were able to detain Terrence and a few others. They've been in prison, and Terrence is just on the floor in cuffs, bleeding, and are likely to be interrogated soon. And John just, good. Fuck Terrence. Something we can both agree on. And John just, so how's everyone else handling this? Remy just, for the most part, everyone's okay. Just a couple of injuries here and there. But due to the severity of this incident, Headmaster Vaughn is currently under a lot of fire. The higher-ups are questioning his qualifications. How is this Vaughn's fault? Well, no, I could see... Because no teachers were with them. It was literally just led by the Royals. Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. We didn't want to be rash, so for the time being, nobody knows about your situation. And John just... John, we understand your reason for coming on the... John, we understand your reason for
coming on this trip was because of Spectre and not for the safe house. But regardless, you've done us a huge favor. And I know this hasn't been easy for you. And John just, So, I wanted to tell you that we all have your back in case you ever need us. And John just kind of looks down like, ... That's nice, actually. Like, I do like that. Like I said, like, when John was fighting for everyone, I do like that the students were all acknowledging that John was fighting for them. So, we're back at Wellston Private High School. And so, we're back now, and Arlo's just walking down the hall on his phone, just boop, 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 boop. Aunt Val. Oh, this is cool. So, usually Uru would just show us, like, a shot of the phone itself. And, like, we could, like, sometimes read the text. This time, like, the actual bubble is, their text. Aunt Val, the dumb bitch. Arlo, how are you feeling? We can move the interview to next week if you need more time. And Arlo just says, I'm fine. Let's continue as planned. Great. The Bureau will look forward to speaking with you in a few days. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. Thanks. And so, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. So we had a few gray bubbles. Oh my gosh, who is that? She's gorgeous. And Arlo just kind of like, Looks like she means business. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I think that's Keen. And Arlo kind of looks up like, huh? And it's Keen. Just this way, miss. And it's Cassandra. Okay. And Arlo just, morning, Mr. Keen. Hey, Arlo. And Cassandra kind of looks at him like, Arlo, is this Valerie's nephew? Oh, let me introduce you to Miss Cassandra. This is Arlo, one of our top students. He was Wellston's reigning king for over 2 years. And I was just ... looking at her. That's quite a feat. I'm Cassandra. I work for the authorities. It's a pleasure to meet you. And she reaches out for a handshake. And Arlo shakes her hand likewise. It's kind of... I feel like at this point, Arlo really should be a little skeptical of the authorities. Like, I feel like there should be even just the slightest bit of hesitation. This is literally the friendliest we've seen Arlo in so fucking long. Like, this is fucking weird. Anyway, so Keen kind of walk past and Arlo just kind of like waves goodbye. And Keen just goes, all right, if you'll excuse us, Arlo, she's got an audience with the headmaster. I was just like, sure, see you later. And he looks at them walking past. And he just goes, ... looks at them. UnOrdinary episode 265. And, okay, all right, fine. I guess Arlo's showing a little bit of hesitancy then, I guess. But Cassandra's finally made her move after... I think she showed up first showed up again first when season 2 came back? Or was it when the first half of season 2 ended? When did we... Yep, when season 2 part 1 ended. So Cassandra's finally making her move, so this was a fairly interesting chapter, actually. Not gonna lie, this chapter was... I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little salty that this is a setup chapter, and, by all accounts, with how UnOrdinary usually goes, this should be a setup chapter, we just had some major events. So... Yeah, the thing I have with that, though, Seven, is this is like the first time we've seen Arlo do something. Well,
Okay, actually, no, it's not, because his whole when he first met John was a complete fucking act. So okay, no, you're right, Seven. You're right. We know that Arlo can put up a pretty good front when he needs to. So you're right. You're right. That does make sense. But yeah, it looks like we have another cripple arc. So I cool Uru later. But yeah, like this was a fine setup chapter. I'm interested that Cassandra is finally showing up, because this is kind of now a time where, moves do need to be made. So yeah. Cecile might try to expose John for a little payback. Honestly, I wish John would have just killed Cecile when he had the chance. No, don't let John don't let John become a murderer. Like, never let John kill someone unless they okay. I was gonna say unless they deserve it, but I mean, like, final villain type person. Like, let that be the life John finally takes, and it's just like, don't like just let it be a like outright murder. Just like, he dies as a result from the fight or whatever. The thing about that Phoenix, though, is that, like, 50 chapters would be quickly compared to what Sarah, how long we... The thing with that, though, 50 chapters, if John recovered his powers back in 50 chapters, or, like, let's say by the time episode 300 came around, that'd be a hell of a lot quicker than waiting for Sarah to regain her powers. Because the thing with Sarah is, Sarah's span of when she got her powers back was practically almost an entire season's worth. It was over 100 episodes. But yeah, like we have enough. Well, okay. Well, we shouldn't say we have another cripple arc until that actually starts getting set up again. Because right now, the only thing that's really happened is John's been disabled. He doesn't have his powers. But right now, Sarah's cripple arc. Okay. This probably isn't going to make sense, what I'm going to say. But Sarah's cripple arc didn't necessarily start when she woke up, or even when season 2... or even when season 1 the second half of season 1 returned or started. Sarah's cripple arc, I feel, started once she started to realize how powerless she was without it. And that's what I'm not excited for if that happens with John. So yeah, John is a cripple again, but like I mentioned, we shouldn't necessarily say it's going to be another cripple arc until we start seeing the same thing that happened with Sarah. John getting his ass kicked, but no one's around. John starting to regret not having his ability. John working his way back up, getting himself. And even then, like, I think John will be okay. He would be a lot better off with Sarah than Sarah was, because John knows how to fight. We've seen him fighting since day one. So like, I know that I have also been in the camp of saying that we have another cripple arc, but I think in all fairness, we shouldn't necessarily say that it's going to be a complete repeat cripple arc until that actually starts. Now, granted, I think that you could say that it has already started, because we saw John reflect on a little bit, because he said, like, I did do something good. But yeah. And also,
Remy said that the others don't know about his situation. Now that could imply, so that it is probably going to get out. It is probably going to get out. But yeah. Cassandra's finally making a move now. It does look like Headmaster Vaughn is out of his way. It does look like he's out of his way. That being said, though, I think it is kind of weird. At this point, it could be that the authorities are just trying to look for a way to get Vaughn out of their way and replace him with someone as headmaster. Because, from our world, we can see it as these students did leave school and they were a fair ways away from the school without supervision from a teacher or a counselor or something. But at the same time, the royals and high tier seem to have a heck of a lot of authority in the world too. So yeah. I don't know. It's kind of tricky, the situation with Vaughn. I think it's more just that the authorities finally have some kind of dirt on him to get him out of the way. Whereas before, even Keon said, as much of a threat Keon appears to be, he even said Vaughn's not we can't go against Vaughn lightly. But yeah. Bullshit that had to be played off of last week's episode aside, this episode was pretty good actually. It was a nice setup. I'm really excited and also worried to see where Cassandra is gonna go next. Yeah. Because she's here to talk to Blake and Remy and Ison. That's what we know for sure. And she probably has a lot more on them too now since, they were at that trip to the safe house and everything. She may talk to them you guys were out of line, it used to be a separation of high tiers and low tiers. You guys are crazy. Something like that. But yeah. It's pretty good episode, can't lie. Yeah. Question of the day. Let me know what you guys think Cassandra's first move is gonna be. It's strange because I don't think, and I say I don't think, but we really have no idea how much the authorities really can't step in, and we don't know how big Cassandra is. Assumedly, she's not too high ranking. She's been getting a lot of help from Valerie, and Valerie even said if you want to rise in the ranks with us, you need to go above and beyond, which is why she told her about Ison to go the extra mile, question this kid too, here's a helpful tip for you. So I don't think that Cassandra is here to lecture Vaughn or even talk to Vaughn. She may maybe she's gonna try and be a bad bitch and be oh hey, I'm here to talk to these students, blah 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 blah. Oh, by the way, I know about your situation, I know what's going on, she may try and threaten him a little bit, or say show that she knows what's going on. She's in the know. She's in the proper channels and everything. And at the same time, but we know that Cassandra is mainly here to talk to Remy and Blake and Ison. So I'm pretty sure that she's gonna try and maybe to question them one-on-one. That'll probably be next week. It should be next week in my opinion. But yeah, shit's going far. Shit's hitting the fan. Oh yeah, that's right. She did know Ray. I wonder
Remy might remember Cassandra. I say that Remy might remember Cassandra because, Ray may have told Remy about her. And also I am curious to know if... No, I think she knows. I think she knows about Ray. Or maybe she doesn't. Based on, what we saw with her and Ray in the flashback, it seemed like, in the Ray side story, it seemed like she was a lot more interested in Ray than she was with Kuyo. Kuyo was sent to Cassandra to, talk to her because he was supposed to be next in line to become a royal and everything. Or he was, the strongest in, his class and everything. And she seemingly didn't care about Kuyo. She was much more interested in Ray. She's like, oh, this looks like a good kid, she was acknowledging him. So I do want to, I still stand by the theory that, it may have been Cassandra, or, I don't know. But yeah, what do you guys think Cassandra's first move is? That's the question of the day. I hope you guys have a good night. But yeah. That is the end of this reaction. Like I said, this was a good setup chapter, and that was to be expected. I am excited for next week, unlike last week and the week before. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great evening and a great week. And I will get the reviews and discussions out to you guys soon, I promise. Until then, guys, as always, see you, Space Cowboy.